Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. Hey, JVV community, so happy to be here. People of America, I've got a lot going on in my life. I've mentioned that several times, from state testing to now gate testing, to life testing myself. But I'm always happy to check in. So for a moment, I slipped a brain cell and suggested that I would do another daily whatever. That's a hard no. I already said I cannot commit to 30 days of the happiness challenge and 30 days of, I think I said attitude of gratitude. What I need to do is simply share a fantastic something in the moment. And I can't do the daily stuff, right? I just can't. I'm realizing I get bored if I do, and I really just want to be joyfully and engaged in whatever it is. And I know here at JVV, of whom I know on a very personal level, that there's a ton of topics. They change all the time. There's no rhyme or reason. Sometimes it's Jules, often it's blessed, sometimes it's just vegan, but that's how I roll, people. I just want to share what interests me in the moment. Okay, so my fantastic talk today is on liver cleanse and the importance of it. But I don't mean powders and things. I mean, like, what foods should you incorporate in your life to improve your liver? And by you, I mean me. And by all accounts, my liver is functioning. I did one of those microbiome tests that Melissa of Lissa's Raw Food Romance had talked about. It's called Ombre. And I just got my results back, and it was like, girl, you're doing great. You're doing great. There's always room for improvement, but all of my levels were in level. Let's just say that. And I was happy to know that. I wasn't as impressed with it as I wanted to be, but just in terms of like the content and things, but I haven't had a chance to totally delve in. I'll get back to you on it and let you know whether it's worth your time. I'm not there yet. All right. So this is called Eat These 15 Clean Foods for a Good Liver Detox. But again, this is not drinking. It's no potions. I'm talking real food that, when consumed on a regular basis, automatically results in a liver detox. And this is from Sun Warrior. And Sun Warrior, and of course I'll include it in the description of the video, is a powder protein and things like that. I think Fully Raw Christina promotes this brand, if I remember right. Anyway, people joke, instead of Fully Raw Christina, they call her Fully Sponsored Christina. But you know what? She's 34 years old. She's got fabulous things going on in her life. And if people want to sponsor her, go ahead. She's a businesswoman, right? Anyway, eat these 15 foods. But why? So it says maximize weight loss and keep diseases at bay with these foods that are good for liver cleansing. And here's why. Why you need to eat foods good for liver cleansing and detox. How the liver actually works in the body. The liver is a vital organ that serves a multitude of functions. It cleans the blood of toxins and poisons, synthesizes proteins, stores energy, creates cholesterol, processes hemoglobin, aids the immune system, and helps with digestion. Yes, please. This small 3-pound organ, unless, of course, it's fatty liver disease and overgrown, which, praise God, mine is not. Something's getting me. Wears many hats and works constantly to keep us healthy. Functions of the liver include: cleans the blood and toxins and poisons, so important. Synthesizes proteins, stores energy, creates cholesterol, processes hemoglobin, aids the immune system, and helps with digestion. Is there an echo in the room? Or did I just say that? I just said that up above, right? It's all good. Got to hear things more than once to really get them. Okay. So it says, are you guys familiar with beetroot powder? That's like a thing, right? Anyway, there's a little ad for it. I just wondered. Okay, blood flows into the liver from two sources: from the heart as oxygenated blood and from the intestines as nutrient-rich blood. These are combined in the liver, filtered, and regulated. Poisons and harmful toxics are absorbed by liver cells and transformed into safer compounds. These are then sent either back into the bloodstream or the kidneys or back to the intestines to be removed as waste. Drugs are also processed by the liver, broken down into what the body can use and then packaged for removal. Ideally, if you have a healthy liver, it's going to essentially be the trash waste. What is that called? What are those little guys in the trash cars? I can't think what they're called. Put out the trash because the trash picker-upper's coming. Trash man's coming. There's real terms. People. I don't have any right now. But anyway, yeah, it basically gets rid of all the waste in the body if it's working properly. I do not take any drugs of any kind. Why do I hear someone going, "You're kidding," because I thought you were like high or something. No, praise God, naturally high. I don't even do caffeine. Okay, so drugs are also processed. The liver cells combine the amino acids they find in our bloodstream to make different types of proteins that we need, releasing them back into the blood so that they can make their way to where they're needed. What are amino acids? These are organic compounds that comprise a protein. Fats and sugars from digestion are also turned into cholesterol by the liver to help carry energy and certain vitamins throughout the body. The liver stores iron and glycogen for use carrying oxygen for extra energy. The liver also releases bile. This is super important. Like, this was the main thing that got my attention today. Releases bile that goes into the intestines, aiding in the digestion of fats. Our plant-based, oh, that's part of their ad, vegan protein contains all of that. Okay. The liver holds about 13% of the body's blood supply at any given time, and performs over 5,000 biochemical functions each day. Wow. Working constantly, not tirelessly, the liver often needs a break from its labors to focus on cleaning itself, especially since our modern diet, standard American diet, sad diet, can be overwhelming. Speaking of overwhelming, my whole thing just disappeared. One moment, please. A little technical difficulty here. Okay, and that's a hyperlink. Pesticides, herbicides, preservatives, artificial flavors, artificial colors, other chemicals, refined sugar, and high amounts of fat flood the liver from the food we eat. The vital organ can't always keep up. Environmental pollutants and chronic stress don't help it either. My gosh, that's a lot of things. Pesticides and herbicides, hard to avoid. Preservatives, you can usually avoid that, especially if you're eating God's food. Artificial flavors, again, eat God's food. Artificial colors, same. Other chemicals, refined sugar, all of those things can be avoided. I would say everything but the pesticides and herbicides, because even if you're doing organic, they're using something, almost, unless you're growing it in your own yard and you can, prove it. And then, of course, environmental pollutants and chronic stress, straight up. Okay, so how to detox your liver naturally. That was our whole point. Give your liver a break so that it can catch up on its important work, rest, and detoxify itself. Again, a hyperlink. Doing a liver cleanse is easy, and here's how. First of all, avoid processed foods, fats, animal proteins, and refined sugars for at least a few days. Eat healthy, fresh, and a good amount of raw fruits and vegetables that help the liver clean itself faster. You can also consume any fresh juices to give your digestive system a short break at the same time. Choose organic food that's free of pesticides and chemicals, again, if at all possible. And they often prove that they use something, and whatever that looks like, who knows. If you're taking medications, get medical advice from your doctor on how to proceed with detoxification, which I did, and it took me time. But I was on 8 to 10 medications. I am now on none. Most of that was with doctor permission. 1 or 2 I had to say, peace out, y'all. But it worked out. Okay, there's another hyperlink for detoxing basics and the top tips for cleaning, which we could talk about, but let's get on. 15 foods good for liver cleansing and better health. Number 1, alliums, which are garlic, onions, and leeks. Some of these foods are good for the liver detox. Some foods good for liver detox are alliums. These liver cleansing foods contain allium and selenium, both of which help the liver rid itself of internal and environmental toxins and excess fats. And I actually did a video on selenium, which you could put in the search. They also boost the immune system, helping to clear out bacteria, viruses, and fungi. I really appreciate that, and I barely get any in. I could totally do leeks. I don't really use much garlic or onion, but I'm not giving up. I've got many more things here. Number 2, apples, which I do every single day. One of the best foods for liver health, cleansing, and detoxification is apples. Apples contain pectin, a fiber that binds to heavy metals in digestion. Praise God. This helps remove them from the body during digestion before they even enter the bloodstream. So you put less of a load on the liver to do the usual cleanup. I love that. Number 3, artichokes. Another food good for liver detoxification. Artichokes increase the production of bile. Bile helps digest fats, but also flushes toxins, excess fat, and waste from the liver. I love the idea of that. I'm trying to do mostly raw. I, of course, have to steam the artichokes. I'm not totally against it, but I used to do like fried artichokes, right? That is a hard no on so many levels, but I might have an occasional artichoke. I'll have to pray about it. Number 4, avocados. Avocados are one of the foods that cleanse the liver because of their healthy fats and micronutrients. They also help the body produce glutathione, which is a compound that helps the liver remove heavy metals, environmental pollutants, and toxins produced by stress. And a lot of people are against avocados. I mean, like, they barely want you to have half of one, and that's kind of interesting to me because there's the Hass avocado, which is the one we tend to have in California, which is about this big, and that's considered large. And then there's that skinny cotto or whatever from Florida that's like this big, excuse me, this big. And they're like, I only had half an avocado. Yeah, so did I. So I'm not sure what we're talking about here, but I weigh mine to get the proper amount for my 80-10-10, in keeping within my range of about 10% fat. Okay, number 5, beets. Another of the cleansing foods for the liver are beets. These bright roots are filled with beta-carotene and other antioxidants that combat toxins, oxidative stress, and free radicals. And combat toxins is a hyperlink. What is oxidative stress? I'm so glad you asked. It refers to the disruption in the balance of free radicals and antioxidants. They also contain betaine, which encourages liver cells to release toxins, and pectin, which binds the toxins in the intestines so the body doesn't absorb or reabsorb them. It's brilliant. I got to pray about beets and beet powders. I know the whole food is always best, so I have to pray about how I can incorporate that. Number 6, broccoli and cauliflower. These are other cruciferous vegetables like cabbage and Brussels sprouts, and they're good foods for the liver cleansing. They contain compounds that neutralize many toxins. They also contain glucosinolates, which increase the enzyme production in the liver. These liver enzymes then aid in the flushing of carcinogens, which of course are cancerous, and toxins, which is a hyperlink. Love it. So I'm way better at cauliflower than broccoli, but I just bought some broccoli. So the interesting thing is, because I prefer to be raw, is that I do buy frozen vegetables and fruits, and everybody says that those frozen vegetables have been blanched just by virtue of purchasing frozen vegetables in a store. So is that considered totally raw? People, I'm doing the best I can. Praise God, it's organic, right? So, yeah, I do the best I can with that. It's a topic for another day. Number 7, carrots. Like beets, carrots are liver detox foods rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene, and that's the color, right? That mop up many toxins and prevent damage to liver cells. Liver damage is a serious medical condition due to the type of work the organ does. When the cells no longer function well, it increases your risk of certain diseases. For example, it may lead to liver cirrhosis, which is the hardening of the liver, and scarring of the liver. In time, it can progress to liver cancer. Oh, have mercy on all those. Number 8, citrus. What? I am a California citrus girl. Grapefruit, lime, and lemon. That is a hard yes. These are rich sources of vitamin C, making citrus foods good for liver detoxing. Vitamin C helps the body turn toxins into substances that can be dissolved in water for easy removal. They also stimulate bile production to flush more toxins and excess fat from the system. Number 9, leafy greens. I probably have some in my teeth right now. I was trying to check really quick. Greens are packed with a host of nutrients and antioxidants. Chlorophyll lessens the toxic load on the liver by counteracting the toxins during digestion. So I know like in all the different categories, if you will, fall under like a frugivore in the sense that I try and eat as much fruit as I can. And then, of course, I always incorporate the greens. So if I'm going to have something like citrus, I usually go ahead and go with my celery to like crunch and cleanse my teeth of the acid and stuff at the same time. If I'm going with bananas or, pineapple, I'm going to go with my leafy greens, probably romaine. If I'm going with a smoothie, I'm probably going to do power greens, which are a couple of different kinds, or certainly spinach. So I try and incorporate them in every meal, even though the majority of my calories by far are coming from fruit. And then because I'm a person who still needs to lose a little bit of my lusciousness, I am trusting the amount of protein, fat, and carbs in the food itself, because God has a great plan for that, and not necessarily adding fats at this time, which is fine, totally fine. Okay, so leafy greens are packed with a host of nutrients and antioxidants. The more bitter greens, like dandelion, which I have right now from my yard, mustard, endive, rocket, which I have right now from my yard, I love so much, and kale, also increase the production of bile. Ooh, I got to keep those in mind. I got the bitter greens down. Kale. I do incorporate some kale, but not very much. Another way to consume these vegetables is through Sun Warrior Super Greens. And you know what? Look at the Sun Warrior product. It looks like a good one. I am trying to use all whole foods at this time. Number 10, olive oil. I don't do olives. I mean, I don't do olives, to be fair, either. But I'm not doing oils. It's always best to get it from the food. If you want olive oil, get it from the olive. If you want avocado oil, get it from the avocado, right? But for those who are interested, cold-pressed organic oils like olive oil, coconut oil, which again is something I only use on my body, like my face, and don't consume, or hemp seed oil, and of course I use hemp hearts, not the oil, can help remove toxins that dissolve in fat instead of water. These detoxifying foods should be used in moderation, though. They are high in calorie and make the liver work harder to use them. Completely agree. Number 11, plants and spices. Turmeric, a spice found in curry, stimulates enzymes in the liver that remove toxins. I love that because I put turmeric and black pepper, which is supposed to allow you want to say turmeric or turmeric, to be absorbed into my smoothie. It lowers cholesterol levels, and it's also a powerful antioxidant that neutralizes carcinogens, again, cancer, and other toxins. All these make it one of the foods good for liver repair, which is a hyperlink. Milk thistle. I used to take milk thistle. I'm so interested. It's also a powerful plant. I took the supplement for detoxifying your liver. In 2016 study, thistle helped improve the organ's function for those with liver disease. The thistle really worked for most. You can't help it. Number 12, walnuts. Oh my gosh, one of my students just gave me like 4 pounds of walnuts. Not even kidding you. Still in the shell, which my husband loves to just crack and have some. And they say you'll eat far less if you have to take the time to actually crack it and remove the nut and all of that. And I see that that's true. Another food rich in healthy fats like avocado, walnuts help the liver flush fat-soluble toxins. They're also a good source of arginine, which the liver uses to remove ammonia, and glutathione, which also assists the liver in removing many toxins. Dear God. Number 13, whole grains. You can also cleanse your liver with whole grains. These are rich in B vitamins, which improve liver function and fat metabolism. Choose healthy whole grains, soaked, sprouted, or fermented to get the most out of them, like groats and brown rice. White flour, pasta, rice, and potatoes shouldn't be eaten when you are cleansing the liver. Let's say that again. White flour, pasta, rice, and potatoes should not be eaten when you're cleansing the liver, and some would argue shouldn't be eaten anyway. But if you're plant-based vegan and you eat those things, hang tight while you're cleansing your liver. They are processed and high in sugars without the natural aid of fiber to slow absorption and protect the liver. High amounts of sugar can impact your blood sugar or glucose, and if you have diabetes, sugar can worsen your condition. Without fiber, your body absorbs sugar and starches faster, and they can then spike up in your insulin levels. Wow, I didn't know potatoes didn't have any fiber in them, or that rice didn't. One moment, please. Yeah, that's not really fair. So it says that potatoes have 4.5 grams, rice has just 1 gram, and pasta has 1 gram per 2 ounces. But all of those have some fiber. Let's reread that. They are processed and high in sugars. How is a potato processed? Without the natural aid of fiber to slow absorption and protect the liver. Interesting. Okay, it's okay. It's not my story right now anyway, but it's distressing, and I don't think it's completely valid. Without fiber, your body absorbs sugar and starches fast. I get that. Number 14, water. Let's hear it for water. God, shouldn't water be at the very top? And distilled water in particular? And getting in a gallon to just flood everything? Good, clean water is essential to all body functions. Water is especially important in the removal of waste from the body. Water assists the kidneys, yay God, in removing all toxins the liver has broken down and packaged for them. It is always a good idea to support the other organs that detoxify the body, like the kidneys and the skin, with clean water, fresh fruits and vegetables, and fresh juices. Avoid processed juices and sodas. Completely agree. And of course, my kidneys need all the help they can get. And being heavier does not help my kidneys, but God has a plan and I'm on it. Number 15, green tea, which I avoid because I don't do any caffeine. And even though it's kind of minuscule compared to like coffee and stuff, it adds up. I mean, I think you guys saw my 8 cup, my 64-ounce cup. That much green tea would be significant. So, in a study, people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or NAFLD, showed improvement in their levels of liver enzymes when they consumed green tea. I mean, that would be worth it alone. But for me, I suffered from severe migraines, and caffeine was a huge problem for me. It can also potentially decrease oxidative stress and even reduce the buildup of fatty deposits. The latter is a precursor for NAFLD. Fat oxidation of green tea can also help speed up your metabolism. You may trigger weight loss or regulate your weight, according to a study. Okay, so know more about your liver. That's a fantastic thing. Organs work hard to keep your body healthy, but they also need support from you. Begin by incorporating these foods good for liver detox and cleansing into your diet. They will not only help improve your liver, they will also nourish your body with vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. Word. All right, what do you guys think? I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic information. I'm happy to go over it, and I am thrilled to see that I incorporate many of these. Number 1, alliums. I failed. Garlic, onions, and leek. Number 2, apples. I am all in. Artichokes, I love them, but no, I don't use them at this time. Avocados, yes, I use. Beets, no, but I'd love to consider it. Broccoli and cauliflower, I give myself a yes. Carrots, absolutely a yes. Citrus, what up, y'all? Leafy greens, that's a yes. Olive oil, I do not. Plants and spices, yes. Walnuts, yes. Whole grains, not at this time. Water, yes. And green tea, no. So I had a strong 9 out of 15 of those, I'd have to say. About 9 out of 15. And you know what? The best thing is consistency. Whatever's working, do it, you know? So, yeah, that's where I'm at. But thank you so much, people. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And if this was of interest to you, I'd love to know that too. If we need more information on this, I'm all in. So, like if you like doing this, if you haven't, subscribe. And until we talk again, best of all, there's hope in the world through raw vegan fruit and vegetables. And therefore, we're blessed.